Sway House. You heard of them? Just in case you haven't, I'm going to set the scene for you real quickly, okay? I just want you to imagine yourself in a really big mansion type thing. And now just imagine like an infinite number of mid-pubescent late teenagers, okay? All shirtless and white. And now I want you to imagine them, doing your standard exercises, just working out, you got your push-ups, your incline push-ups, your decline push-ups, jerking each other off, sit-ups, decline sit-ups, incline sit-ups, all the standard exercises, which obviously I would know because I work out. I mean, obviously, right? Doggy curls! Okay, I'm gonna put you down now, right? I'm sorry. See, proof that I work out. So that is kind of like the Sway House in a nutshell. Just a bunch of, white guys shirtless working out and making TikToks. That's really it. But today I'm going to be talking about one Sway boy in particular who goes by the name of Josh Richards. And he does he's started this podcast with the owner of Barstool Sports. Now, if you don't know what Barstool Sports is, I'm going to need you to click away from this video because if I was given the option to forget what Barstool is, I would take it in an instant. You know what? Don't click away from this video because I need my audience retention rate to go up. So please stay. Please, I'm begging. So just to shed some light real quickly, Barstool Sports is a digital media company, I think. And they talk about sports. Yeah, they talk about sports. On their website right now, just to double check, because I definitely remember. I'm just double checking myself. Can you guess every face tattoo on this ring girl? That isn't sports. What is this? I simply cannot fathom how Bob Ryan has never heard of Twix. That isn't sports either. I miss Boston for all the wrong reasons sometimes. Nope, that's not sports. Okay, you know what? There might be stuff under pics. Might have like sports pictures, right? Oh, okay. It's just objectifying women. I don't think that's sports either. But you know what? They have to have sports on their Instagram, right? They have to. Let's just go ahead and check real quick. I don't see it. Don't see any sports. What is this? A baby dressed up as the clown from It? That definitely isn't sports either. But you know what? They have to have sports on their Twitter. There's no way they don't have sports on their Twitter account. Okay, here we go. Live for Monday Night Football. Doubleheader with a chance to join the #Overs Club. I have no idea what that is. But that's fine because it's football, right? So sports. Just go ahead and take a look to double check. Seems like they went live yesterday.
Yes. That's the ball.
Oh, okay. So not sports, but watching Barstool watch sports. So just to clarify, re-clarify, Barstool Sports is a digital media company that makes you watch them watch sports. Yeah, that's Barstool Sports. Now back to the main topic. Josh Richards and the owner, CEO, founder of Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy, they have this podcast together. Now, I didn't know who Dave Portnoy was. I had no clue. This is the first time I've heard of this guy. And he's a pretty big deal. I mean, he had an interview with the President of the United States. So that's kind of a big deal. So anyway, I searched up his name online. This is the first article I found. Barstool Sports founder unapologetic about using racist language in comedy videos. Quote, I'm uncancelable. Not only is this guy racist, but he's also invincible to cancel culture, which I don't think is possible. I don't think anyone's invincible to cancel culture. Apparently he thought Kaepernick was a terrorist for kneeling. But that was like 2016, so he's changed, right? I mean, I fucking hope. So anyway, back to the main point of the video yet again. Josh Richards and Dave Portnoy did a podcast together, or they're still continuously doing this podcast. It's called BFFs, which is not only misleading, but just frankly untrue. Because according to them, they've only met 3 days prior to recording this podcast.
Best friends, even though we're like clearly not.
Yeah, we've been best friends for what, 3 days now?
3 days.
3 days ago, 2 days.
So they're just blatantly lying to their audience. You're not BFFs. You're just Fs. Just say it as it is. I mean, barely even friends. What it takes like, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks to become friends, right? And then, I don't know, after you hit that like 2-year mark, that's when you become BFFs, right? You don't call someone your BFF when you've only known them for 3 days. That's just a widely known law of friendship. Everyone knows this. So anyway, they start their podcast off. They introduce each other to their widely different audience.
Dave Portnoy, since your crowd's not going to know it. That's the weird thing. I'm always with you. Mm-hmm. Usually whenever I do anything, everyone knows who I am. I know your crowd's not going to know who I am.
And that's when it clicked, right? The only reason they're doing this podcast is because they're trying to merge their audiences to make one really big audience. Because Josh Richards attracts a very young teenage girl type audience, I assume. And Dave Portnoy attracts a very specific misogynistic male type audience. Now, to save you the pain of watching the entire podcast like I had to do, this is basically an interview. It's basically like you going out to lunch with your boss or your future employer, right? And they're just asking you a bunch of questions about like who you are, what you do, what you did, what you want to do. That's exactly what this podcast is. But there are some things I do want to talk about. Not even 2 minutes in, they start making fun of this TikToker, Lil Huddy, who, if you don't know who Lil Huddy is, he's just, this your average, I don't know, TikToker? I don't know.
Little Huddy, who dresses like an asshole.
A little bit, yeah.
He's like an emo. He dresses like an emo weirdo for those people listening.
And it gets to a point where Josh is like, okay, that's a little bit too far.
I mean, yeah, that's his style. He dresses, I think they call it e-boy.
And after that happens, some time passes. Then they just start flexing on their audience. Just an incessant flex.
Yeah. You got like a Mercedes that 99 bazillion% of America can't afford. Like, it's one of 300. That's a douchebag thing to say.
That is.
So yeah, that's cool. I'm not in any way, shape, or form jealous. Why would I be?
Are you rich? Are you already rich?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm fuck you money, because I think fuck you money is like, you're talking $100 million plus.
So that's what I got.
Right, so you got fuck you money.
So I don't know if it was like the same page. It's on paper a little bit, but you're not there.
No, I'm not 100 million yet. No.
I'm not at 100 million. No. No, that's an insane amount of money. I'm not at 100 million. Okay, so about how much are you making? Oh, I don't know, like 3 mil. That's about it. 3 mil? 3 mil. Like 3 Millennium Falcons? Like that? What? No, $3 million. 3 mil. Oh, 3 million. Wow. $3 million. That's a lot. Are we talking about like per 10 year per year? What? No, I make 3 million per day. Per day. Holy wow. 3 million per day. Are you sure you're not talking about the Millennium Falcon? Because I know that those can get kind of confusing. No, that's a really weird. Why would you even think of that? We're talking about money here. Right. So anyway, about that car. It's so crazy to think that an 18-year-old could be making millions of dollars. Like, that's insane to me. We're in a generation now where there are kids like my age. I'm almost 18. There are kids my age making like a lifetime's worth, like 2 lifetimes worth of money. That's insane to me. And I honestly, like, on a very serious note, I wonder what our future is going to be like, to where there are kids who don't get an education and they go, like, they're rich as fuck, right? They're so rich that they don't need an education. So does that make our future society kind of like less likely to live as long, or not live as long, but kind of like do things to help the world education-wise? Like, not everyone needs an education. Not everyone is right for college or whatever. But I still think that this could be my Indian parents changing my bias or whatever. But I think that even if you're making $1 million, education is still like, it's priceless. Even though colleges charge you what, like fucking $200,000 a semester. Like, guys, I think I'm maturing and I'm very terrified. Anyway, back to the podcast.
I have a TikTok page. It's just, we have people who just cut up my old videos and put it up there. Although the one we made today will probably end up was fucking pumping iron. My skin looks like a baseball glove compared to fucking you guys. I
mean, I don't know. I could probably work at a better tan than you.
Oh, no. Trust me. I have the best tan. It doesn't even, you guys don't even compare. Look at this. This took me 17 years. This tan took so much practice. You don't understand. I have 4 types of skin diseases just for this tan right here. And then my tan got so bad, I called myself Saji, like I was Indian. So yeah, guys, my secret's out. I'm white. I just have a really bad tan. My real name is Chad. Yep. Fuck you, Chad. I play baseball and I get bitches.
Girls do it. That's the other thing. For somebody, it's like the girls are wildly sexualized. They're like, how old is the girl? She's like fucking 16. Like basically gyrating sex every 2 seconds. Like, all right, I got to get off this thing.
Right.
That's a weird sentence to hear a 43-year-old man say. That is weird. Some more time passes, and then, I don't know, Josh just starts flexing how many girls he gets. This podcast is like a never-ending flex.
No, yeah, it's pretty dope, you know, going to your DMs, 50, 60, 100, just keeps going.
Also, what is that behind him? What is that a picture of? I can't fully grasp what I'm looking at. Is it like a fruit that's like cut up? Like, I'm genuinely curious. It looks like a mix between apple and kiwi. And quite frankly, it's more interesting than the podcast itself.
Even girls that I know who are like older, like, yeah, we like these TikTok. I was like, and I'm almost offended. Like, what are you talking about? They just fucking wiggle. They probably don't even play fucking sports and stuff.
Yeah, they probably don't even play sports. If you're a guy and you don't play sports, are you even a guy? I mean, check your lower regions, because if you don't play sports, you probably don't have a penis. That's just how it works. No baseball equals no ball.
Bryce, he can't fucking play a sport for his life.
Really?
He can wrestle. I'll give him that. He's an insane wrestler.
Oh, yes. He can't play sports. He can only wrestle, which is still a sport, but he also can't play sports, because sports only have balls in them. No balls equals no sport.
Jeff Ross?
Jeff Ross.
Yeah.
I've never met him. I think he's very funny on like Comedy Central
Oh,
roast.
yeah.
When they said he was doing it, I almost packed my bags. Like, I could get out of here. This is bad for my brand. Like, these are guys who are no longer very relevant, trying to get relevancy through the TikTok people.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds interesting. I don't know. It feels very familiar to me, getting clout off of TikTok. I mean, I already know I do it. I have like several videos about TikTok. But there's something else that's familiar. I don't know. Starts with a D, ends with a K. No, it's a dick. It ends with an E. I mean, he's doing it too. He's using Josh Richards. Well, he isn't using. They're both using each other, I guess, for views, because they want their audiences to kind of combine for a much larger audience. So that's pretty much it. A strong word of advice for people who are interested in podcasts and might want to start one in the future. Make sure you title your podcast. Don't just put the name of it. Make sure you put a title that brings in people, because this one's just called BFFs Podcast Episode 1. If you want people to know what your podcast is about and then at the same time be interested about it, put a title. Like, you could have easily put a title like, I don't know, Boring Podcast, and I wouldn't have watched. But that's going to be it. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. I put out a poll on my channel the other day because I didn't upload last week, which I'm very sorry about. I put a poll up about whether you guys want me to post once a week or when I can. That way I can spend more time on my videos, and most of you guys said when I can. But I do want to keep uploading every Friday. That way, I don't lose track of time and, end up uploading once a month, which I want to upload very consistently so that I can grow properly on YouTube. And I think a week is enough time. It's just tough for me at the current moment. I just have a lot of shit that I got to do, which is what's making it tough for the most part. I can't spend as much time on videos that I want to. But, after this stuff's over, after the first semester, I'll be smooth sailing, as long as I get into college, at least. If I don't get into college, I'm fucking screwed, So again, if you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. And tune in next week, where we make a 30-minute video flexing on people and making you feel bad. Fucking loser.